Before we begin, I just wanted to say sorry for the inconvenience in the first and previous Geometry Dash Edition video. I didn't mean to make any Map Pack fans feel uncomfortable or angry, or anyone feel like they're better than everyone else, which they're not. So this video should hopefully not have any controversial ideas or opinions, which wouldn't be implemented into this project knowingly. Besides anything, I'd really need to get out there, problematic or not, and if that does end up happening, I'll add a controversy alert or some related warning so that people in the comments can settle for themselves a little. Now let's get into the endless loophole of ideas RobTop will probably never find or understand, resulting in Geometry Dash never changing from this point of view. Let's start with one of the most subtle suggestions in this video. It's a new feature for the full version of Geometry Dash that would allow players who aren't interested in telling other people about themselves in post to just click a button to keep an optional description about them so people know more who they are. You could also use description settings to enable the description viewing party for certain players, such as unfriended accounts, friends, and only yourself. And unlike most of RobTop's commenting type thingies, you have a character limit of around 250, so you can fit a ton of information about yourself in one page. Also note that entering your in-game password or personal information into the account will censor it, even if that's the account creator's intention. This feature specifically would be an amazing addition into the amazing world of Geometry Dash, especially for those kids with account postophobia. Number 2, expanded character limit. As mentioned in the previous ideal concept, RobTop seriously needs to expand the in-game character limit. Currently for commenting, the limit is 100, messages are 35 for the subject and 200 for the actual message, and player account posts are 140. These limits are okay and all, but some people just want to express themselves without having to do this. Maybe we could expand the limit to around 50 or so more characters than usual to give everyone a sense of freedom. I don't know. Custom transitions. First of all, you know when you're making the most intriguing level of all time with quality that would surpass white space and change the scene? Yeah, me neither. But the point is, when you're creating a transition normally, you have to use these blocks and these triggers, and it takes 1.5 million years to create, and it often gets kind of buggy if the creator sucks at creating like me when it comes to transitions and background design. I was thinking, why not just add a transition trigger that works with a default animation somewhat like this, maybe even adding multiple default animations, and be able to create simple transition animations without a lifetime of work and total boredom and frustration actually making a custom transition. The animation part of this transition trigger would look very similar to the particle editor page, but with a few necessary tweaks for obvious reasons. I might even personally take it a step further and add a second animation trigger, maybe called a kinetic trigger, that would hold the spot for multiple animation types shown on screen. Modern creators will for sure sign this petition, let me tell you. Click to reveal icon quest. This feature functions pretty much the same as the idea Colin provided, which was the click to view icon and the quest behind achieving it, but it's also on other accounts. Let me explain. Have you ever come across a player who has a super epic icon set you seriously wanted to get, but you couldn't find those icons for yourself in the selectional icon menus? Well, now all you have to do is click on one of their icons revealed in grayscale, showing the player a small menu with buttons that say colors, and whatever game mode it is, labeled icon, of course. If you click on the colors button, it'll take you to another small menu which has another 2 buttons on the side, which say color 1 and color 2, as well as the 2 colors the player is equipped, showing the in-game color number ID as well. Click the color number you want to reveal how to get it. On the other hand, if you click the icon button, it'll just straight up tell you how to get the icon without needing a thing. If you have that icon or colors, the quest text will be green with a check mark next to the button, and if you don't, the color icon will have a lock next to it and a red quest text. Hopefully this will help players build iconography, relationships, and grind to death a little more, now that they know what colors Molpin has. Infinite in-game friends. This suggestion to Geometry Dash is really straightforward. All I'm asking is to take away the friend limit altogether, or expand it to something like 1,000 or so, because for people like me, 400 just isn't enough. For one of my favorite ideas on this list, I have the resume countdown. Playing Extreme Demons is frustrating, but what's even more frustrating is when you pause at 82 to take a shit, and when you come back to continue, you just crash brutally because you can't spam fast enough at that one wave section in the span of the time it takes to unpause itself. Well now, inspired by Subway Surfers, you can resume the game and prepare yourself for the inevitable disaster that is Abyss of Darkness or Firework, while getting warmed up with a self-numbered countdown that lets you remember where you were, what to do, and how you would do it. The options menu would hold this task with a tiny seconds menu at the top that allows you to stretch the time countdown from 1 to 9 seconds to warm up. Thank me later. You will, trust me, especially if you end up becoming the next doggy. Oh boy, this is a long one, bear with me. Extra demon difficulty options. Geometry Dash is well known for being the first game to ever use the demon difficulty, and many of its best demons are well known and beloved by many. But a big problem that's been discussed among the community for a few years is how many stars demon levels give you. People have said levels like the Nightmare and Speed Racer don't belong to the same reward system as paired with levels such as Bloodbath or Sonic Wave. And you can probably guess what I'm going to do from there. Yeah, I'm adding a new star count. So easy demons stay at 10 stars or moons due to the previous difficulty being a reward of 9 stars, and medium demons will give you 11 stars. And quite obviously, once we get to extreme demons, we'll have a max reward of 16 stars or moons. But the difficulty we stretch between Red World and Tidal Wave is a giant gap. So I say, as a gazillions of time before in the community, we need, yep, you guessed it, new demon difficulties. I was thinking for the temporary names for free new demon difficulties would be Supreme Demon, Infinite Demon, and Legendary/Inhumane Demon. I haven't figured out that last one yet, but it'll probably end up being Inhumane. Those names will probably be changed in the future, and as said, they're only temporary. I really like Inhumane Demon though. Extreme Demons are now only the top 200 levels in that difficulty and below. Supreme Demons are only a little step harder than all of the extremes now, and they stretch from top 199 to the top 150 on the demon list. They give you 15 stars, obviously. The Infinite Demons are any levels on the demon list that are in the range of the top 149 to the top 60, which makes it a pretty long running difficulty to be honest. And you won't believe this, but these give you 16 stars. I know, completely unbelievable. How? Anyways, the Inhumane/Legendary Demon runs from the top 59 levels and up, being a 17-star reward, which is the max you can get. And that pretty much covers this demon difficulty idea. Let me know what you think of it personally in the comments. I don't know if it's actually good or not. Give me feedback. And here we go, the last idea. Editor Objects tab. At some point in your Geometry Dash experience, you've personally gone for the shitty and grimy struggles of making a custom object in Editor, like this pushable block using a billion collision triggers or this flashlight that takes 1,000,000,001 alpha triggers to make possible. Well, say goodbye to those troublesome days of non-stop sweating, because now we have the custom objects trigger in the editor, not this one. Click the button up here to open the objects menu. You have default objects laid out neatly by Rob Top right here, such as the movable and pushable blocks, candles, flashlights, campfires, regular fires, realistic physics, water, and more. All of these have an information button at the top left corner of the object box that gives you the name of the item, what it represents, triggering group information, and other stuff probably. For every object, you can select new sprites in Editor to match the perfect style you're most likely looking for. There's also a button at the bottom to let you create your own custom objects. So click that to open up another menu to ask you about the object that you gotta type in, being a name for the item, description, and other information. That would be highly effective or important for whatever reason. Then you can go on to actually creating the shit, but I'm only 12, so I have no idea how that actually works. Speaking of ideas, I'm kind of out of them for this video, so I hope you enjoyed me yapping for 7 years straight. If you're interested in actually asking Rob Top on Discord to put these in the next update, you're alone with that. Sorry. Anyways, thanks for watching, subscribe, and see you from the hole in your wall tonight.
Check your wallet.